In the last class, we have discussed about molecularity and order, and before that, we have also gone through rate of reaction. What is rate of reaction? That is nothing but rate of change of concentration of products or reactants. And we have also seen what is rate law. So rate law was nothing but it is the expression or the power of concentration terms in the rate law we have seen, and this equation is called rate law, which you are seeing here, right? This is called rate law. So where we express rate in terms of concentration of reactants, right? And raised to some power xyz, and I mean in this case it is m and n, and we have concluded that this order, right, rate law actually comes from practical observations, the experiments which we carry, and based on that or from the result of that, or we analyze that and we come up with these rate laws. We'll actually see some examples where we'll be actually deriving these or writing these rate laws or determining the rate law. So sometimes, as you can see here in this particular case, it depends on both A and B. It may depend on both the reactants or maybe more than two reactants. It may not depend on any reactants concentration. It may depend on only one or few of the available reactants, not all of them. So all such possibilities are there. And then we saw the order of reaction, and order of reaction is nothing but the sum of these coefficients, I mean exponents. For example, here the exponent is m and n, so it's the sum of this m plus n, that will be the order of the reaction. So that was order. And molecularity, we have defined that molecularity is nothing but we find the elementary reactions and complex reactions, and complex reactions are made up of many steps. We find the rate determining step, and actually for each step we define or we find out the molecularity. Molecularity is actually number of molecules colliding together in order to make that reaction progress. And we observe that it can be unimolecular, bimolecular, trimolecular. Very rarely it will be equals to molecularity will be equals to 4. So higher molecularity is very rare because of reason like collision, simultaneous collision, as we have seen. These three, which you see here, these three can simultaneously collide. So all three are colliding with each other. But this one, as soon as you increase it to number 4, you can see that, for example, A is colliding with B and C, but A is not colliding with B. So this is not simultaneous collision of all of the molecules at once. So it is difficult for 4 molecules to collide together. So that's why the collision of 4 molecules is rare. So that's why we will say that molecularity 4 and above 4 are rare. 4 rarely it will be possible, but if beyond 4 it will be very, very rare. Right, so that was about the molecularity, and this was the difference or comparison of molecularity versus order. Now today we are going to focus our study on this, that is the order of reactions and different order reactions. So there are different reactions, or reactions based on kinetics can be divided into different categories. So let's start with them one by one. So the first one, or the important one, is zero order reaction, right? So that is zero order reaction. So that means what? The power, the sum of the exponents in the rate law should be 0. That means the rate will not depend on the concentration of the reactants. And such reactions are possible. Such reactions we see in our day-to-day life. It's not like it will be a very rare scenario. So let's study this, that is zero order reaction. So in a zero order reaction, rate is independent of concentration, and let us have a reaction like this. Some reactant A gives some product P or prod. Let its initial concentration be, say, A. So A is its initial concentration, and obviously initially there won't be any product, so the product's concentration will be 0. Finally, or the moment when we are doing this calculation, let's have final concentration. Let's assume that X mole of this got, X mole per liter of this A got consumed. So that means it will have only A minus X left. And whatever is consumed, or whatever amount of A is consumed, that will give you the product. So the amount of product which will be produced will be X. Now, what is rate of reaction? The rate of reaction is rate of disappearance of A, or it is rate of appearance of product, right? So the rate of disappearance of A, if I say, that is minus D concentration of A divided by dt. So this is nothing but, because it is a zero order reaction, so I'll have to write this to be equals to K into concentration of A to the power 0. Right? Now this is also equals to dx by dt. Right? I can actually write it like that. This is dx by dt, because x is what? X is, this is appearance of product, so that is dx by dt, or this is minus d of A minus x divided by dt. So even that is equals to some K into concentration of A, that is A minus x to the power 0. And in both the cases, that will be equals to the K. Right? So what we get here is this, that dx divided by dt is equals to some K. Dx by dt is rate of appearance of product. X is number of moles of A consumed, or number of moles of product produced. Right, so that is dx by dt, and that is equals to K, because it is a first order reaction. So this means that dx is equals to K dt. Right? Or we can say, by integrating, if you want to integrate, we'll say this x is equals to K T. Right? So this is the expression we get at the end of integrating this. So that is for zero order reaction. Right? So in this case, there are different things like this K. So what is K? K is the rate constant. This is called the rate constant of zero order reaction. And now what will be the unit? So unit will be, this x is concentration and t is time, so unit will be concentration per unit time. So rate constant, and its unit is concentration, say mole per liter per unit time. So concentration per second or some things like that. So the rate constant is equal to the rate of reaction at all concentration. So whatever be the, because it is zero order reaction, the name itself, I mean, from the category we can say that it is zero order. That means in the rate law, the power of the sum of the powers or the exponents will be equals to zero. That means it will be independent of the concentration of the reactants. That means the rate will be constant, and that rate will be equals to the rate constant, right? So that is the zero order reaction. Now let's move to the next, that is first order reaction. So I think this is clear here that this rate constant, what is rate constant? K. This K is equal to the rate of reaction, is equal to the rate of reaction at all concentration. Generally, rate of reaction changes with concentration, right? And it may not change with concentration. So this is that reaction where rate of reaction does not depend on concentration or does not change with concentration, right? Let's move to the next type, that is first order reaction. So again, what is a first order reaction? First order reaction is that reaction in which the sum of the powers or sum of the exponents in the rate law is going to be 1. So again, consider a reaction, say A gives us some product P, right? So again, the beginning of the reaction, that is initial, when time is equals to 0, the concentration of A, let that be say initial concentration, let this be A here, and obviously at that time this concentration will be 0. And if after time t, that is at time t, or finally suppose x moles per liter of A have changed, so that means this will give x moles of P. At time t there will be x moles of P formed, and A minus x moles of A will be remaining. So if it is, if volume is 1, say we are considering volume is equals to 1 liter. So in that case, whatever is the number of moles, that will be the concentration as well, right? So we started with A moles. At that time, P was 0. That means there was no P when the reaction started. As the reaction proceeds, after say time at time t, we say that some x moles of A has got consumed. So obviously x moles of P will be produced. Then, so now again we have to find the rate of reaction. So the rate of reaction will be equals to what? It will be equals to dx by dt. So the rate of reaction is nothing but the rate of formation of products or the rate of disappearance of reactants. So at this moment, the product which is formed is x moles, and it is formed in t times. So we'll say that this is equals to this dx divided by dt, or dx by dt. Now, because that is the rate, and as per rate law, the rate should be equals to K into concentration of A to the power 1, because it is a first order reaction. So maximum power can be only 1. And what is concentration of A? That is A minus X to the power 1. So this means that dx over dt is equals to k a minus x. Now again we separate these terms, dx divided by a minus x, that is equals to k dt. Separating means x terms on x side, dx side, and t term on separate side. So again we have this ready, and now we have to integrate it. So integration of this, that is, now if I have to integrate this, how do we integrate? We can see here it is 1 by a minus x. So that is nothing but ln, that is natural log of a minus x. That will be its integration. And because it is minus x, so there will be minus sign outside. And this will be equals to kt plus some constant c. Where c is the constant of integration. Now we should know what will be the value of that c. And that we can find from this situation which we have in the beginning. That is, when t is equals to 0, when t was equals to 0, what did we have? The constant value when t is equals to 0, x was also equals to 0, right? That means there was no consumption of a. So at t equals to 0, x was 0. So this means if I substitute here, I'll get minus ln a is equals to k into 0 plus c. So that is equals to c. So this can be rewritten as minus ln a minus x is equals to kt plus this constant term, and that constant term is actually minus, or that is actually minus ln a, right? So this is what we got. Now obviously this can be now simplified again. So we'll have, if I bring the log term from right hand side to left hand side, I'll have ln a minus ln a minus x, that is equals to kt. So this says that ln a by a minus x is equals to kt, right? And if we have to find what is k, then k is 1 by t ln a divided by a minus x. And what is a? A was the initial concentration. And what is a minus x? That is the final concentration. So that's how we can remember this. So this is our expression for k, or the rate constant, when the equation, or when the reaction is a first order reaction. So this derivation, these derivations are very important, and you can see that these derivations are not that difficult. We just assume this, and after that we find dx by dt in terms of concentrations, and then we integrate. So these are the things which we are doing. So in the zero order reaction, we have seen that x was equals to kt, or k was equals to t by x, right? So that was the that was the k, and that's why k was equals to x by t. So its unit was concentration per unit time. So this was the unit of k, but now k unit will change. So this actually gives us some idea about k, that rate constant which we have, and that actually depends, its unit actually depends on the order of reaction. So now if you try to find out the unit of k here, So we know that what is the unit of log? It is a by a, concentration by concentration term. So log will be anyways, log anyways will give you no this thing, I mean it won't give you any unit, correct? So that will be just per second. So the k unit will be only per second. So this was whatever we saw here, k, that is actually our natural log. Now coming to the normal or the common log, if we have to change this to common log, how do we change from normal log to uh, common log? So ln x is equals to 2.303 log x. This is the simple conversion rule, which I think we have seen initially when we have done log classes. So we'll use the same thing here, and this becomes 2.303 divided by t log a divided by a minus x. So this is also the value or the formula for k in first order reaction using normal logs. Now the value of k can be found by substituting the values a and a minus x. So it depends on only on them. And this can be determined experimentally at time interval t. So what do we need at time interval? After time interval t, we just need a and a minus x. That is nothing but a was r, as you see here, it was initial concentration, and a minus x is the final concentration at time t, right? So this is the rate law and the first order reaction. We'll also solve some problems on this later. Let's first finish different order reactions first. So that was the first order reaction, and unit, I think you all got that unit will be per second. Okay, let's move to the third, that is second order reaction. Now again here we'll have similar derivation, and similarly we'll derive expression for this second order reaction as well. So what do we have here? Whatever is the reactant, suppose reactant is A again and it gives some product P. The rate law will be such that it will be some concentration K. If there is only one reactant A, it will be to the power 2. Suppose if there is some other example, say A plus B giving some P product, then in this case it can be again, right, it can be anything, A and B to the power 1 or it can even be R is equals to K A to the power 2, or it can be just R is equals to K A to the power, B to the power 2, or concentration of B to the power 2. So ultimately the total sum should be equals to 2. It can be even K into concentration of A to the power say half, and concentration of B to the power 3 by 2. Even that is possible. Order can be in fraction, we know that, right? So all these possible combinations are there. Let us take the simplest possible combination, that suppose if this is 2A giving P, then it will be what? Suppose and again starting with initial, let it be A. At that time product will be 0. Then at time t, let this be A minus x, that means x got consumed, so x will be produced. Now because this rate, this is a second order reaction, so dx over dt will be equals to K into concentration of A to the power 2, or K into concentration of A is what? A minus x whole square. So that is dx by dt. So now we have to simplify this using integration. So this is dx by dt is equals to k a minus x whole square. Again, separate the variables. So this is a minus x whole square, that is equals to k dt. Now what do we have to do next? We have to integrate it. So integrate this. Right. So what we'll get now? So this is actually 1 by x square form. Right. So when we integrate it, we'll get, I think this integration, you know, right? 1 by x. Differentiation is minus 1 by x square. So if it is 1 by minus x square, it should be this integration will be 1 by a minus x this is the integration of the left hand side, that is equals to kt plus some constant of integration c. Again we have to find what is the value of c. So for that we will take at t equals to 0, when t was 0, x was 0. So if we substitute that here, that means 1 by a is equals to c. So that is the value of c. This is the value of c which we can substitute here. So if we go and do that, I'll have 1 by a minus x is equals to kt plus 1 by a. Right? So now from this I can say that this kt is equals to 1 by a minus 1 by a minus x. And if we simplify that, this is a minus x minus a divided by a into a minus x. So what does it mean? That this k t is equals to minus 1 by a minus x is equals to kt plus 1 by a. So kt is equals to, sorry, this is negative of that. So kt will be equals to x divided by a into a minus x. Right? So from this, what can we say about k? This k is 1 by t into x divided by a into a minus x. So this is the value or expression for k, that is rate constant in second order reaction. So this is the integrated rate equation for a second order reaction. Right? And again here x is a concentration term, and in the denominator you have concentration into concentration. A is concentration and a minus x is also concentration. So if I have to find the k's unit, right? So what will be that? It is 1 by concentration into time. So this is per concentration and per time. So one such unit will be per mole liter per second. So this is one of the units. This is the unit of k here. So that was k in case of, or that was the rate equation when we have a second order reaction. Same way, we'll have a third order reaction, and we can um, find this equation for third order reaction as well. So apart from this, I think here the two important things are the first order reaction, the zero order reaction. The expressions for that are very important. In zero order reaction, it is independent of the rate is independent of concentration. Rate constant is not independent of rate constant is not independent of concentration. In fact, rate constant is equals to rate in first order reaction, in zero order reaction. And in first order reaction, we have seen that logarithmic relation. So that is the uh, unit, that is the rate constant in first order reaction. So to summarize, say, let's make a table for that, say zero order and what first order, second order, and say even third order, right? We have the rate equation, but more importantly, we are bothered about the rate constant unit. What will be the unit of rate constant? So in zero order reaction, we have already seen, if it is a zero order reaction, the rate constant, the rate equation, we have seen earlier that this will be equals to, K will be equals to x by T. So this K was equals to x by T. And in the first order, we saw that K is equals to 2.303 divided by T log of the concentration terms. That is the initial concentration divided by final concentration. So I'll say initial concentration, I'll represent it by A0, and final concentration I'll represent by A, or say AT. Second order, just now we have concluded this K is equals to 1 by T x divided by A into A minus x. Coming to the units, which is more important here. So here you can see this is x is concentration term and T is time. So the rate constant will be, if the taking concentrations unit as mole per liter and time unit as second. If that is the case, it will be mole per liter per second. So that is for zero order reaction. What about this? This will be only per second, because this second part, log part, is anyways unitless. In second order reaction, we have already seen it is mole per liter, reciprocal of that, right? Here you have reciprocal of mole per liter and per second. So per second is always there, but now it is concentration terms reciprocal. So that is mole per mole liter into per second. Now, if we see this, or I'll come to this later, there is a sequence here. If you are able to observe, there is a pattern here. So this is mole per liter 1 to the power 1 into per second. This is per second. That is actually mole per liter, that is concentration term, to the power 0 and per second. So what will be this? This is actually mole per liter to the power -1. As I am saying, it is reciprocal of that, and then per second. So third order we can actually guess without even, I mean, if this pattern actually continues, you can even verify this. And the last one will be mole per liter to the power -2 per second. And this you can verify by deriving the expression for the third order reaction. You should get the same, right? So if we have to make just or write it in only one expression, I'll write that this is concentration term raised to the power. If it is 0, power was 1. If it is 1, power was 0. If it is 2, power was -1. So it is actually order to the power order minus order plus 1 or order -1. Actually it is minus of order plus, or it is actually 1 minus order, right? And per second. So this is the common expression to find or for the rate constant of any order of reaction. So that is concentration term, the concentration unit raised to power 1 minus order into per second. And it also gives us an idea about finding the order of reaction based on the rate constant. So there will be questions directly asked like this, that you have been given, you will be given a rate constant with unit or without, or just unit without any values, and you will be asked to find its, you may be asked to find its order. So that can be, this is the relation between the order of the reaction and the unit of K. This is unit of